How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You have beautiful eyes.
Thank you. So do
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
All right. So jumping right in, what can you tell us about this film and how you got involved with it?
I've been friends of Josh's since for a while now, and I started off as a major fan of his because of his movies Gasland and Gasland 2. I was so inspired by them and so moved by them, and also received so much education via the research and the dedication that he's put into this cause. It takes a lot of bravery and a lot of courage to really get to the root of a problem and to exploit something that millions and billions and billions and billions of dollars are every single day trying to cover up. And that's what Josh Fox is doing. He's one of the greatest investigative journalists right now, I think, because he is taking this industry that has somehow webbed itself within our government, within the international governments, and he is revealing things not only because he cares about the environment, but he cares about the health of other people. You know, the climate change movement isn't just for the earth. It's a humanitarian movement. It's ecofeminism. It's connecting the dots between, so the methane that's leaking out of this, exposed pipe, what's happening with that is all of a sudden we have all these rashes, and you have more hypothyroid issues, and you have your entire endocrine system is being compromised. Women are sterile, men are sterile. So there's a lot of issues surrounding climate change that a lot of us don't think about, and I feel so honored to know someone who is brave enough to be on the front lines discovering those things and sharing them with the world.
And obviously the election's a very hot topic right now, and I know you've been doing a lot in support of Bernie and getting people to vote. So how does this film and climate change fit into that conversation?
I mean, Bernie Sanders is the only person that is actually acknowledging not only that climate change is real, but that it's imminent. We have to do something about it right now, and if we don't do anything about it right now, not only our lives, but the lives of all of our future ancestors are going to be compromised. They already are compromised, which is what this film sort of shows us, that we're past the point of no return in many states, in many ways, but you can change the narrative about the way you look at that. And Bernie Sanders, I mean, right now, the other candidate is saying that she wants to go from coal to natural gas to renewable energy 40 years down the line. We don't have 40 years. We have the technology now to be renewable. We have solar technology. There's many communities around the world who explain that, or who have showed us that it's possible, and not only possible, that communities thrive on it. We have someone here from Samoa. His entire island is solar. So there's ways to make it happen. We don't have to wait that 40 years. We don't have time for that 40 years. And politically speaking, I'm like, what matters to you? Foreign affairs, equal rights for women, equal rights for LGBTQ? None of those things matter if we don't have a planet. So at the end of the day, take back, get out of our heads about what we think is right and what our own individual opinions are, and look at the fact of the matter is humans cannot exist if we don't have a planet. And if we don't start changing the way we live our lives right now, we will not have a planet. And that's the truth. People will spin it and say that those are statistics that aren't real, but they are.
What are some steps that people can take to start being more environmentally conscious, like today?
There's small things, right? You can turn off your water. We're living in California. You can turn off your water when you're taking a shower, when you're washing your body or using shampoo. Use less water when you're brushing your teeth. Don't use a straw when you're in a restaurant, because that straw is going to be used once and then thrown in a landfill to clutter our earth. Don't buy plastic. All these things are important. But really what we could be spending our energy on, and what I personally think is the most important in addition to those things, is galvanizing as a community, standing together and demanding that the oil companies shift their ways, and that we do switch from natural gas to renewable energy. That is how this planet is going to thrive. So yes, there's all these small things we can do, but that's kind of, I sort of look at it as like, diagnosis from doctors. If you go in and you're like, I have a headache, and they're like, take this pill. You take the pill, it goes away, and 2 days later you get a headache again. You're treating the symptom, you're not treating the root cause. And in order for us to treat the root cause, we must sign petitions and stand up and say to our representatives in office, it all goes back up to politics, that we're done. We're done sacrificing the future of our ancestors to come based on greed and political policy and money that has been infiltrated within the climate change movement and the and our government.
And what inspires you to stay involved, and who are some people maybe in the same movement that also inspire you?
I'm inspired to stay along because I want to have kids. I want a world for my kids to thrive in, and I don't want to just stop there. I want my kids to have kids. I want my kids to have kids. So that's what's really gotten me pumped. And then people who else are in the movement. I mean, Josh Fox is the major one. Nako from the band Nako and Medicine for the People. He's a really great voice in the music industry, exploiting these things as well, and explaining and educating and empowering. Rosario Dawson, Susan Sarandon, Mark Ruffalo, Shute Scott he's a young 15-year-old who has this organization called the Earth Guardians, and they're collecting youth community members to stand up against climate change. I mean, this young man is amazing. If you don't know him, you should check him out.
Thank you so much.